What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here, and you're watching the Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. I saw The Maze Runner: The Death Cure. It's the third and final installment in the Maze Runner trilogy, and of course, it's based off of the novels of the same film from author James Dashner. Director Wes Ball is back to direct. He directed the first and second one, and all the main players are back, from Dylan O'Brien, Ki-Hong Lee, Kaya Scodelario, Thomas Brody Sangster, Giancarlo Esposito, as well as Rosa Salazar. Now, this is really exciting for me because I really like The Maze Runner. I love the first one and knew nothing about it, but I just love the concept of it. And I went into this film not knowing anything about it at all. I just went with the trailer and it looked exciting, and then I instantly became a fan of The Maze Runner. Scorched Trials, it was a decent film, exciting, got a lot of adventure, but definitely gotta say that it's not as good as the first one. But as for The Death Cure, I was pumped about this film. I knew that, okay, they gotta wrap things up. They gotta, tell us all about, the questions, answer all the questions that we have, because I really don't know anything about it, especially not having read the novels. But I expected a lot of things to happen in this film, and I expected a big showdown. And a big showdown it is, because this film is action-packed. There's a lot of exciting action sequences in this film, and I think that it's very appropriate because we were introduced to this mysterious adventure, and finally we're leading up to the big final showdown. This is the third act of what is a large story made up of 3 films, and it opens up with a big action sequence, and it keeps you really excited. And as for the rest of the film, it's just loaded with all kinds of action, which keeps you really interested. And this is this is not a very, honestly speaking, not a very thought-provoking story, to be completely honest. In the young adult genre of films, I'm talking about films like Divergent and Hunger Games, in this dystopian future where you have these young kids as the main characters of the film. I think The Maze Runner is probably the least thought-provoking, just because this is just an adventure. You just follow what the kids are doing, and then you go with that. There's not a lot of thought involved with it, because these films are really full of plot holes, but I really don't care. I'm just excited about the adventure that they're going in, and I love the concept of these kids going on an adventure in this dystopian era where these adults are really the bad guys. So I really like that concept, and I didn't really care too much about all the little flaws in this film. I just was excited about all the action and just wrapping up this big giant story, which we got introduced to in the first film. Wicked is good, but what are they really all about? Well, we finally get an answer to that, and I feel like I've almost forgotten or stopped caring about what Wicked really is, and that really shows you that I'm just having a good time. It's entertaining at the end, and I don't really have many complaints about this film because I really did enjoy it from beginning to end. But it's not a perfect film in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of moments where there's always just good things happening. When you think something bad is about to happen, the good guys are always one step ahead of the bad guys, and it's just kind of like an opposite thing, because it's usually the bad guys are always one step of the good guys. It's the opposite. It's the other way around here. The good guys are always on top, and I think that it's kind of funny, but it's a very cliche, repetitive thing that happens again and again throughout the movie. But I really didn't care. This is like a totally mindless action futuristic film. That's all it is. And I gotta say that I like this more than The Hunger Games. I think The Hunger Games is quality storytelling with really great characters, but I think this film really brings that genre into the more popcorn-y level. You know what I'm saying? It's very entertaining. But I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And I gotta say that regardless of how I feel about Scorched Trials, which is still a decent film, but the weakest of the 3, I will say that this is one of my favorite dystopian young adult novel series, movies in this genre. So there you have it. So I'm pretty satisfied with what I saw, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I know that's not like a super high score, but I recognize the quality or lack of quality in this film, but I was still thoroughly entertained, thoroughly entertained, and I highly recommend this film. I might even catch it again, just because I had such a great time, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10 in any case. As always, if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.